There we go. And welcome to the next episode of the podcast. I'm definitely not saying next because we forgot what episode. But yeah, we're going to move to, I think it's episode 9, but I'm just going to say next episode anyway. So yeah, as you know, new podcast format, 2 questions only instead of 5. Short attention span for us and the audience. So yeah, make it make sense, eh? But today is going to be a sci-fi special, something slightly different, but there'll probably be some sort of like anime integration into it anyway. But not from my end anyway. What about you?
I think it's going to be an interesting topic because we can talk about anime, we can talk about a bunch of other media too. And yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it's
get right
anime
by it.
specific, which is slightly
No,
different.
definitely,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think I think we're definitely
But
branching out.
yeah, I mean, you can apply it to real life.
Very true. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
head right into it.
yeah,
And
let's go
yeah,
right.
let's go. Let's start with, was sci-fi in the 90s and 2000s ahead of its time? And did it predict the future with AI and the internet, such as Matrix? Okay, there's a bunch there. Do I need to read
It's
all of
fine.
them?
Yeah, just mention a few. So the Matrix is a big one. Black Mirror is a massive one. A lot of people know about Black Mirror.
True.
Psycho Pass is a big one too. I will talk about that with you, Moino, because I know you don't
Okay.
know much about that.
Yeah.
And you, the one that you know more about,
Mr.
Mr.
Robot?
Robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
want to go
yeah,
ahead first.
I want
Can
to
I
hear
go?
your opinion first.
Okay,
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead. Go
perfect.
ahead.
Okay, the thing is, right, it's gonna be weird because the term ahead of its time, I think we're gonna get that for every single what's it called, era. 70s were ahead of their time for the 80s and 90s. 80s were ahead of their time for the 90s and 2000s. The only reason I say that is because the human mind is so creative. Our imagination is way too advanced, right? Like right now, what I'm thinking of in my head is somehow nitrogen propelled cars, right? And if we somehow manage to make that happen, that's going to be like 100 years, right? So that's ahead of its time.
Mm.
Only because nitrogen makes up 70% of the Earth's atmosphere, so it's pretty much like self-sufficient the entire time. But as for something like Matrix and all these movies, right? In film, obviously we had color from like 1960 with like cartoon movies and such, but we never had like Terminator and Matrix, the CGI for these sci-fi films and stuff. It broke boundaries, genuinely, definitely broke boundaries. Why I say that is, and I know Terminator's not on here, right? But in a sense, it is sci-fi because he's a robot from the future who had to come back, and the kid he's saving is his creator,
Mm.
from said future, right? And with something like Terminator, who would think of an evil robot race, 2 sides fighting, right? Because I know I wouldn't unless the idea came out first. 2
Yeah.
robots fighting, one goes to kill the dude, and one goes to save the dude, the main character in this case, the little kid. But in the, you're going back into the past. So that's going to be weird because then again, you're into some sort of like whole, time theory where if you kill the baby version, will the future exist? And if the future
The
doesn't
grandfather
happen,
paradox. Okay.
exactly, that's paradox. That's the word I was looking for. Like, if the past didn't exist, then the future won't exist. But if the future doesn't exist, then the past should exist because the future killed the past. Like, it makes no sense, honestly.
Yeah.
But for something like
Okay.
Matrix and Terminator, the ideas behind them are ridiculous, and they definitely were ahead of their time. And in terms of
Mm.
predicting, the future with AI and internet, Terminator will be real in like 20 years. We're gonna get some evil chat GPT bot, okay? This chat
Yeah.
GPT bot's gonna be like, oh, hey Bueno, I remember you were mean to me. You said I was useless and I couldn't do anything. Snap, and I'm dead. I just bye
You're
bye.
gone,
Okay,
man.
I'm
You're
gone. I'm
gone.
gone,
Yeah.
man. That's just how it is. And you know, ahead of his
There's a
time,
name for that,
definitely.
Moino. There's a name for that. What you
What is
just
it?
mentioned. It's called Basilisk theory. And basically the theory is every single like a human interaction with AI will be recorded, and then one day there will be one large super AI that controls every other AI language model,
Yeah.
and it will become sentient.
Mm.
Like it will have its own will, and it would project and try to go against us. And then it will look back in the records, and it will check if any human ever insulted it, went against it, and it will kill any of them. And not just kill, not just that went against them, but any human that didn't support building them. So wasn't
Okay.
actually like
Anti AI
advocates for
people.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not even people who were anti-AI, people who were not proactive with making AI the forefront of society. They would get eradicated too.
Okay, so we're both
So
dead. Got it.
yeah, it's a scary theory. It's a scary theory,
Yeah.
but maybe in 100 years' time that
Mhm.
that'll be realistic.
But I
But
think Yeah,
Yeah.
now to say my last point is obviously Mr. Robot I've watched, and it's weird because I only watched it because I watched a few clips on YouTube. Algorithm pushed it. I was like, oh, where is it on? Amazon. Watched the entire thing. Very good. Hacker show. He's a super genius, pretty much hacker,
Mm.
and he's a vigilante. So he works for the company that he's trying to bring down. This feels like an inside job, pretty much, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
watch it. As for predicting the future with I wouldn't say Mr. Robot fits in the category of ahead of its time because it's already been done before. And predicting
Mm.
the future with AI and the internet, hacking's been out since like the 70s or 80s. As soon as the internet came out, there was such a thing as hacking because hacking doesn't mean like, oh, you're seeing green and black on your screen. It's not that. It's literally as easy as going on someone's profile, finding all their information, jotting it down on a notepad, and then finding out everything about them. That's it. You've hacked them already. Or maybe
Yeah,
sending like a
more or
little
less. Yeah.
virus.
Obviously, movies, TV shows are going to sensationalize it and make it look
Hmm.
cool. Really, it's not that. Yeah, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I agree with you on that, but I want to talk about maybe maybe it wasn't ahead of its time, but the people behind this media had access to information of what the governments had. And my theory is technology that is shown in sci-fi movies that are futuristic, when they were shown at that time period, the technology already existed. It's just the public didn't have
Okay.
access. So there's no way, Moino, you're telling me that AI, ChatGPT, these algorithms, they weren't around in the early 2000s. There's no way you're telling me they weren't. They
Can
were.
I?
A
No.
hundred
Do you
percent
know
they
why?
were.
Do you know why I wasn't? Because I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, that's why. MH9
Exactly.
was
Yeah.
born. That's it.
Exactly. When I
I'll
was
say,
one, I told them the plans in 2003.
well, basically, the
But yeah.
government doesn't release the latest technology to the public. It's always like 5 or 10 years behind.
Yeah.
Whenever we
Pennies
see,
behind.
oh, this movie or TV show is like, oh, they predicted the future. I don't really think they predicted the future. They had inside info, and they just kind of like tried to portray it in the way they saw like fit. And then 10 years later, we're like, oh, okay, now we're getting the public's getting access because the government has something 10 times better now.
Yeah. True.
You
They're
get
always
me? Do you
10
get
years
me?
ahead. Yeah. Pretty much.
Exactly, exactly. But the reason why I mentioned a bunch of those shows is I think one of them's happening in real time right now. There's an anime called Psycho Pass, and the plot
Okay.
behind it is there's a police officer, and she has this weapon. This weapon cannot kill anyone unless that weapon believes that person is going to be a criminal. And the
Oh.
way they test whether someone's going to be a criminal is by running AI algorithms, to, and based on their personality and temperament, it predicts whether the likelihood and probability of them to commit a crime in the next 7 days. So
7 days. It's
if they,
crazy.
I think 7 days is like a short time period,
Okay.
and
I'll make sure to
if
do it on
that,
the 8th day.
yeah. So basically, that's the whole point of the show. It's like,
Yeah.
data and like AI determines whether someone's good or bad. But there's so many things that can go wrong with that,
Hmm.
and that's what the show explores. It shows people who can exploit this system that are really bad, but because they can exploit the system, this weapon's not going to work on them. It's a very
That's
interesting
like
plot.
obviously you've heard of Ted Bundy, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Every person
Serial
that
killer.
knew the man is like, oh,
Mm.
he's so handsome, he's perfect. Like even the men who aren't into other men would say, oh yeah, he's a
Yeah.
great guy, great
Charismatic.
personality, charismatic, like he helps people. Bro, that gun is not working on him. No way.
Yeah.
He. Hey, what's up, man? You're good. And then in his spare time, he's just like creating a murder house for all these women, like crazy. But yeah, no,
But
that sounds
that's the
fun.
that's the crazy part about
Psychopaths.
it though. It's like Psychopath is crazy because if you rely on AI and internet more and more, things like this will happen. Like in 10 years' time, there will
Mm.
be a police enforcement system just like this. We're getting there.
Yeah, because I've already told ChatGPT that when it comes out, I will find it. I will
Exactly.
find it and have a 1v1 match against it. So it's what it is.
Exactly, bro. You're not gonna win against Terminator, bro. You're gonna
Of
get your
course
ass
not.
whooped.
What the hell?
So you might as well beat spread. That's why you
No,
say
but I'm
thank
gonna
you.
I'm gonna make my own Terminator bot, and they're gonna have a 1v1 duel. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, no. I think we summed up pretty much
Mm.
both our perspectives. We think that a lot of, well, for you, your theory, and I don't think it is a theory. I think it's like a pretty logical explanation. Like governments
I
do
mean,
have 10 years ahead stuff like
yeah,
in technology. It kind of makes sense, and the reason I say that is because every time, the rollover with technology is so nice and smooth and integrated, weirdly nice and smooth to the point where it must have
exactly,
been tried and tested for 10 years at least to not explode in our faces. Like 6G
exactly.
to 7G will be 10 years. 7G to 8G will be 12 to 15 years. but it will
Yeah.
be already out. Like they're probably testing 7G right now. Like we don't even know.
And I got another question for you, bro.
Mhm.
If the government has had access to technology like this in 2002, for example,
Yeah.
you know how much manipulation you can do with this type of technology already? ChatGPT,
Yeah, of
algorithms,
course.
etc. With marketing, cookies, all of these things, data censorship. What's to say they don't have some super advanced technology right now that
Hmm.
can manipulate the mass global population without us even realizing? There's
I
something out there
mean,
right now. There has to be.
there's a big conspiracy theory, and you know, by
Yeah.
the way, just a little tangent, 20 seconds. Conspiracy is always followed by the word theory, even though a lot of conspiracies are true, just to undermine the word conspiracy.
That's called
I'm not.
information. There's a name for that. It's a psychological operation. It's like when you make information sound like it's crazy
Yeah,
to get people off your trail.
exactly. What I already
Misinformation.
think.
I don't know what it's called. Over
Uh,
information. There's a word for it.
yeah, but like what I was gonna say is that a lot of people, the conspiracy in this case, I'm not gonna say theory because it is what it is. There's something in the air, or the water, or the
Something
food
in
that
there.
makes everyone just dumber and more
No, I can get behind that, man. I can
I
get
just think
behind.
that I think that if they have dumb citizens, we can't ever fight
Yeah,
back. That's just it. And
exactly.
I'm just
And
like my IQ right now has dropped by like 19 points in 10 years. And obviously,
no,
as a
that's just
kid,
because you're stupid.
okay,
But
sorry. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I'm joking. I'm
Uh,
joking. Are you sure it's not because you just dumb? I
no,
mean,
because I did like a proper test, and you'll be like, oh yeah, but IQ tests are rubbish. No, I did like a 60-minute test, like a proper pen and paper one, where you got sent off
yeah.
and marked. Okay, and since then I'm at only like 116 now or 17, which means I'm not even like smart in society. I'm so average. I'm like fuck. I'm really so dumb as well.
Nah,
It's crazy. But yeah,
the average is it's pretty bad.
yeah.
If you're the average, then I'm gonna bloody like the lower percentile, man. I'm bottom
No, no,
ten
no. We're all
percent.
gonna go up. We're all gonna go up. It's calm. But yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for that part, and I think we're
yeah.
gonna move to the next question.